Hey guys, how you all doing? I'm Paul and this is Tech and Travel. So today I'm going to be doing an unboxing of this Ninebot electric kick scooter by Segway. Now the way I'm going to do this video today is I'll give you a bit of a tour around the box, run through the specs, we'll get it open, we'll get it set up and we'll take it out for a bit of a test ride. Right, so I've got to say a massive thanks to the guys at box.co.uk for sending me over this scooter. And if you like what you see in this video today and you want one for yourselves, then head on down to the description and click on the link, which will take you to this Box UK exclusive where you can pick one up for yourselves. Now the good news is it's currently on offer for £350. And if the price drops between now and Black Friday, they will give you the difference back. So you've got no worries there when it comes to price. You're definitely going to be getting the best one going. So yeah, thanks very much to the guys at Box. Right, so now I think it's time that we'll have a look around this box and give you a rundown of the specs. So let's crack on. Starting off around the front of the box here, we have an image of the scooter itself, looking very nice. And as I said, it's the Ninebot kick scooter by Segway. Now, moving up to the top of the box, we've got some information up here that you guys might be interested in. And yeah, one interesting bit there is the £220 or 100 kilos max payload. So yeah, if you're over that, then it might not be the scooter for you. Recommended for 14 years plus. And goes on to say about that, you know, recommends you wearing a helmet and all that sort of stuff. Moving on down to the other end, we have some more information there. We've got the model number, which is the ES2L. Colour is dark grey. Maximum speed is 12.5 miles per hour or 20 kilometres per hour. Typical range is 15.5 miles or 25 kilometres. And then we've got weights. So net weight is 12.3 kilos. Gross weight is 15.8 kilos. Packaging dimensions are 43.5 by 7.7 by 15.4 inches. Compatible, this will be for the app, compatible with Android 4.3 or iOS 8 and above. So that's about it on the information on the box. I've got a bit more information on screen here. Right, we've run through the first couple there. So we've got front and rear lights / shock absorbers, solid tyres. So I'm guessing the shock absorbers are to make up for the solid tyres. And the good thing about solid tyres is you don't get punches. So something to bear in mind with this. Cruise control mode, 3.5 hour charge time, which is pretty quick. Foldable design for easy storage, UK technical support, 2-year Segway warranty for defects, 6-month Segway UK warranty for battery. Now the important thing there is it's UK warranty, UK technical support. If you get a problem with this, you ring up someone in the UK and you speak to them about your problem. The thing is, a lot of people are sort of tempted by these cheaper grey imports, where they are fine if you know, maybe you want to take the risk in that. If you get a problem, I know from personal experience, grey imports can be a bit of a pain because you've got to email off to someone in the land of the rising sun. You get an email back in some broken English that's, you know, it's hard to understand, and it can be a right old ball ache basically getting it sorted. So just something to bear in mind there. You know, if you like the peace of mind that for, you know, a UK technical support, that, you know, you get that with this scooter. So I think it's time now we get this down and get it unboxed. So let's crack on. Right, let's get it open. Now I've already just cut the tape on the top here, so just pull back these flaps. Right, straight off we'll be being presented with the second battery pack advert here, so you can buy an additional battery that slots onto the scooter. I think it's on the upright pole, and it increases the range and also your top speed. So something to consider there. Right, let's have have a look inside the box itself. Alright, let's pull this packaging off. Right, leave that on the side there. Oh. And there we go, there is the scooter itself. So we've got a power cable there. What else have we got? Some instructions. And in this part of the box, we've got what looks like a charger and a tool there. Get that out quickly and have a look. So yeah, that's the nicely branded as well. It's in Segway on there. And a different plug there, like I say, and like a little tool there. And this looks like the main handlebar. So it looks like there is a little bit of assembly to do, but not too much. So we'll put that to one side. Take this wrapping off there. And there we go. There is the main bit of the scooter itself. So what I'll do now is have a quick look at the instructions and we'll start putting it together. So the first thing that we've got to do is put up the actual scooter itself so we can then attach the handlebars. So the way you do that is grab hold of the main upright pole and give it a firm push up, and you will hear it click into place. Second thing you need to do is put down the kickstand. Simply just push that down, and there you go, simple as that. Next thing is the handlebars. Now we've got a little tab there, says to pull out, so we will pull this out here, and we are presented with a cable. Now, looking at the underneath of the handlebars, we've got another end of the cable, and these two will simply attach together. Now, important thing is to make sure that the headlight is obviously facing forwards, and with these, they are tied up. I'm not going to untie them because I think you're better off just leave them like that. It doesn't say in the instructions, but if you leave them like that, then they're not going to get pinched, because if you unravel it, you've got a big old load of it shoved back inside. So I'm going to connect those up now, push it in, and there's then 4 screws which are in this packet here. So to this side and to the other side, and I simply just have to do it up with that, which I'm going to do now. That's all 4 screws now attached, and there you can see we've got 2 on that side and 2 on the other side. I'd recommend not going too mad with the tightness, because the last thing you want to do is round one of those off. Now, further on in the instructions, it also says about fitting the additional battery. Now, if you do have one of those, that will fit on to this part of the pole just here where these screws are. So something to keep in mind there. Next up is to confirm that the scooter actually powers on and off, which we will do right now. Now we've got protective film over this, so I will peel that off. Oh, look at that, nice and shiny. And also, looks like one on the button. Yeah, ooh, there we go. And we've got one single power button there, so I'm guessing we just give that a press, and with any luck, it will fire into life. Yep, there you go. Oh, that's a nice little display, that. So we've got a few little things on there. Speed, obviously nothing at the moment. Bluetooth is flashing, and I'm guessing these are indicator lights for the battery level. Yeah, little battery symbol there. So we're at is that 2.5 or 3 bars? I don't know because it's flashing. But anyway, we'll turn that off now and move on to the next step. But yeah, next step is to pair up the app. So you've got a QR code there, and you're just going to have to scan that, I guess, register, it says there, and log in, which I will do right away. Right, we'll start off by having a look at the design of the bike before I get onto the controls. So looking at the top right hand side of the scooter as you stand on it, you've got Ninebot by Segway written down on there. Looks very nice. It shows that you haven't got any cheap old bit of tat. And the main downwards pole is very thick. I can just about get my fingers around that. So not, you know, it looks nice and chunky. Moving on down, we have got that suspension there, as you can see. And we have the solid wheels, some reflectors. Oh, and of course the folding mechanism here. Again, I will show you guys that just in a second. Moving on round to the back, we have got a manual foot brake there and some lights that we've got on either side. And of course you've got your main foot plate here, which is all rubberized and nice and grippy. Then round the back here of the main pole, you have got this little rubber cover. Pull that down and that reveals what looks like, yep, your charging port. Just push that back in there. And as we said earlier, you've got your holes there for your additional battery. This is to hook in to the back for carrying it, which again I will show you in a minute. Again, move around the other side, reflector again there, same setup at the back of the lights, and a kickstand. Moving around to the front, we have the main headlight, and I'll show you guys that now. So one single press of the main power button will turn that on. And as you can see, that is very bright indeed. And also the rear lights illuminate up on it. So very nice indeed. But another good feature, if I just turn that off a second, is when you press down on the brake, like so, the rear lights flash to show you are braking, which is really good. Moving on up to the accelerator. Now in the app there is a setting in there where you can set the amount of regen braking. So it's got like a kerr system. So when you let off, it will, you know, slow you down automatically, and you can set how strong or weak you want that to be. So again, very good. Yeah, next thing I think we'd do is I'll show you actually how to fold it up or down properly. Folding down the scooter is easy enough. All you've got to do is make sure that you pull this lever down here. Make sure your kickstand is back. Push down on the lever with your foot and push your handle all the way down onto the brake. It'll lock in a place like that, so you can now wheel it around. And put it back up again, push the brake down, lightly rest your foot on the foot stand, push up, and then make sure that you push that all the way up like that. Simple as that. So here we have the app all set up, and it says Segway Ninebot, and we've got the direction there that we are heading in, and we've got like a main sort of status thing there showing the battery level, a lock or unlock button, remaining mileage, which is 13.3 kilometers, so that's handy to have there. Then you've got your energy recovery level, so again you can press on that and set. Cruise control. Now what you do with this is when you turn that on, after you've held down the accelerator button for, I think it's about 5 seconds, it will set this, it will activate the cruise control then, and it will go to your set speed. And yeah, you then can let off the cruise control and just, you know, go on your merry way without having to hold down anything. So that's pretty handy. And yeah, what we'll do now is go into the settings. I'll show you all the good stuff. So there's a picture of this scooter there, and let's have a look at the lights. Now, I haven't shown you guys this yet, but there is in fact lights underneath the scooter. So you've got glow lights, always on rear, so obviously you can turn on the rear lights there to be permanently on if you want. Obviously without having the front light on, that is, as you can see there, lights on at the back, but no front. So yeah, pretty good. And if I just click on, where are we, glow lights, click on that, trying to do all this one-handed here with a massive phone. So if I just put glow light to what, dynamic breathing, there we go, look at that. Now we get presented with a multitude of colours there to choose from. So just guessing we drag that wheel around, yeah, look at that, to any sort of colour we want. That looks yeah, pretty good. Especially if you're a bit younger, I'm sure you'd love that. And like I say, you've got all these different effects here and stuff like that. So if we go back to there, where are we? Full colour breathing. So that's rotating through them all. And then we've got, excuse me again, doing it also one-handed. 2 colours. So you've got different ones there like that. Yeah, it's really good, in all fairness. A lot of customisation on it. Moving away from the lighting pack there, we've got speed, so we click on that. And you can, you know, limit your speed. So maybe if you're lending it to a mate or one of your kids or something like that, obviously as long as they're old enough to be on it, that, you know, you're a bit wary about how fast they're going to go on it, you know, you can limit that. So then you've got vehicle information, your firmware update, battery level. So you've got your remaining percentage, remaining power in milliamp hours, battery status, normal, voltage, current, wattage, battery temperature. Yeah, so lots of good information there. Then you've got your units, so you can change all that. Now, next thing I'm going to cover is this lock mode. Now, I've not done a lot of testing with this, but at the moment, if I press on the brake, that will obviously activate. Now, when you press on the lock button, it would seem that when I press down on it, it stops everything from working properly. So I'm guessing, and this is just a guess, I will try this out on the road. I say on the road, on the private path, that when it's in lock mode, that the accelerator is not going to work. And if that's the case, that is a great little feature. Now that we've covered all that, I think it's time we take it out for a test ride. Now we've got this scooter outside, I'm going to quickly show you guys the different modes that are available. Now at the moment we've got a red S, and if you simply double press on the power button, that'll rotate it to the next mode, which is your limited mode. Now, as I showed you guys before in the settings, you can adjust up or down the speed that the scooter is limited to, and to enable that limited speed you need to put it in that mode. Going on to the next one, double press again, and then we get just a normal S, and this is your standard mode. Now this won't limit the top speed at all, but it will just be your regular acceleration. Double press again. Now we get back to the Red S. Again, same top speed as the standard, but this time it will accelerate that bit faster. Right, I think it's about time we take it for a spin now, and just want to point out to you guys that I am at the absolute limit of the max weight allowance for this scooter, so it will have an impact, no doubt, on the acceleration and the range of it. I've got it in sports mode. I'm just going to start off in that. So hit that kickstand, going to kick off, hit the accelerator, and hopefully we'll be off. There we are off, building up speed. And we're in our max speed here of 20 kilometers an hour already. Nice and smooth. If I let off, we get a bit of that regen brake in there. So it's automatically braking and recharging the battery there. And obviously you can vary the speed. It's not just all on or all off. You can slow it down just by letting off the thumb trigger there a little bit, and at any point that I do want to actually brake, I just push down and there we go, we get a lot of braking action. Now I'm going to set the cruise control mode. So in the app I'm simply going to click on cruise control. There you go, it's highlighted, and we'll jump back on the scooter and see how this works. Right, we're now in cruise control mode on the app, and hopefully within a few seconds we should hear a beep from the scooter. Right, now we've got that beep. If I let off the accelerator, as you can see now, I'm not doing anything, it's just going along all by itself. Now at any time if I want to turn it off, all I do is either hit the brake or the accelerator again, and that will then knock it off. What I'm going to show you guys again now is the lock feature. So what it is, once you've got it in the lock mode on the app and someone tries to push the scooter off, as I'll show you now, it will start beeping on the scooter, the phone will start vibrating, the lights will start flashing on the scooter, and the scooter itself, like the motors, will like start offering resistance to make it more difficult for anyone to push it off. And obviously none of the features, or should I say accelerator, and that will work at all. So yeah, pretty good feature that. So for a bit of fun now, I'm going to put the missus on it and see how she gets on with it. She's never ridden this before. I've told her what to do, so it should be interesting to see how she copes. So go on then, take it away. She seems to be doing that pretty well. Well, she ain't come off yet, so that's a good thing, I suppose. And trust me, if she can jump on something like that and ride it like that straight away, anyone can do it. Nice and quiet. Doesn't sound like rattly or clunky or anything like that. Is it smooth?
Yeah.
Yeah? What's the acceleration like? Nippy. Nippy. There you go. Nippy. Hopefully it'll be a bit darker in a minute, and then we can try out some of those lights underneath and see what the headlights are like in a really dark environment. In a bit more of a darker environment now, as you can see, and got me missus on the scooter. Lights are off, and let's see how bright they are when they're on. So yeah, As you can see there, nice puddle of light, really lights up quite far to be fair. And yeah, let's see what it's like in the dark. So take it away. Really stands out. Yeah, see that headlight really well there. In all fairness, you're not going to be missed in the dark. When she comes past, I get her to hit the brakes. So as you can see, really bright, and I think that's yeah, great safety feature there, having the lights on the front and the back and the actual flashing brakes. Yeah, look at that. So my turn on it now, and as you can see, the light is doing a pretty good job. Certainly lighting up the path well. A lot brighter than what I expected it to be honest. And definitely going to get noticed, as you've seen in the previous bit of footage. Got the app to hand, and going to turn on the glowing lights. And there is plenty to choose from. So we go nice basic one again. There you go, you can see that there. Again, you'll be able to see that from some distance. And if you want something a bit more prominent, then you can scroll down. We've got alarm. Let's put that on. And you can have different pulsing lights. Again, any colour you want. So go for a red there. Or with saying that actually has a combination of colours. So you can change them to whatever one you want there. So matching pair, or let's go say a bit of a yellow there. There you go. So yeah, very customizable, that's for sure. There you go then, guys. Now, I've really enjoyed testing out this scooter today, but the most surprising thing about it was the fact that my missus absolutely loved riding it. Now, before today, if I'd have said to her a scooter cost 350 quid, she would have said it was an absolute rip-off, don't bother buying one. But after riding it around for about half an hour, she absolutely loved it. And so much so, she wants to get one now for herself, so we've got one each so we can go out together. So make of that what you will. So I've got to say a massive thanks once again to the guys at box.co.uk for sending me out this scooter. And like I said, if you want one for yourselves, then check out the link in the description where you can get hold of one of these box exclusives. So anyway, thanks very much for joining me today. And if you've enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of the same in the future, then make sure you hit that subscribe button. And don't forget, we are doing a giveaway in conjunction with Box very soon. So yeah, make sure you subscribe for that. So thanks very much for joining me, and hopefully I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye for now.